Knockout legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So, I've just come across some news, and basically, it's kind of breaking. It's from Mike Coppinger, and the Ring magazine. Basically, Moses Ituama will be taking on Dillian Whyte on the 16th of August in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And Nick Ball as well on the undercard will defend his WBA featherweight world title against Sam Goodman. And Anthony Cacace against Raymond Ford in a coin flip high stakes super featherweight fight. That should be a good fight, that, actually, because Cacace's been on a real good wave. But back to the main event, which is Dillian Whyte versus Moses Ituama. Now, it's a bit weird, this, because Dillian Whyte normally is the A side, and in this instance, Moses Ituama will be the A side. Whyte has got a record of 31, 21 KOs and 3 losses by knockout. His last fight was against Ebenezer Tete. It was December gone, and he struggled with Tete. And Moses Ituama is basically a prospect, really, and it's hard hitting. Looks like he's got promise. Will he be able to overcome this challenge? Now, I think that kind of sticks out here because Moses' record is 10 KOs, 0 losses. With Frank Warren, is he likes, when he has his prospects that he rates, he likes to feed them to the other fighters that he brings on his cards as cannon fodder. But the thing is this kind of fight, really, Dillian Whyte has got more to lose and a lot less to gain. Now, because it's in Saudi Arabia, I'm assuming Turki Al-Sheikh's paid over the odds, so Dillian Whyte will take this fight. And plus, it's a good way to ingratiate him with them so he can get on the cards and get more fights. Because obviously, since he's been inactive, Dillian Whyte, and not really fought, he's been in basically the wilderness, ever since the Anthony Joshua rematch and obviously the failed PED allegations. We've not seen him, and it's been quite a while. Do you know what I mean? So, who knows, if anything is going to come of this. But it's a good fight for Dillian if he gets paid a lot of money. Is it a good fight for Moses? Now, I remember Moses doing an interview and he was saying that he doesn't really go into who he thinks he will beat. His team tells him if this person's at his level, this person's going to be hard, or this person will blow away. And most of the time, he said that. They said every person, he'll just blow them away. He blowed away Marius Whyte. Dillian Whyte struggled with Whyte, didn't he? So, he beat him, but he did struggle with him. But it's going to be an interesting fight because Fraser Clark dealt with was it Tete? I think he dealt with Tete pretty easy. I'm not sure if it was Tete. I think it was. Yeah, he did. He knocked him out pretty easy, and he's not really known for getting a knockout. But Clark's still kind of green, even though he's got a good amateur pedigree. But anyway, back on track. Dillian did struggle in that fight, but again, I think it's a case of mentality. I don't think it's more fitness. I think it's more the drug allegations and obviously not being able to fight when you should fight and not being able to fight in the UK and certain other places. It's kind of made it hard for Whyte to fight, so he's had to do things himself. But now that he's come back from the wilderness and he's with Frank, I suppose he's got to take kind of what he can get. This fight, really, it's kind of a last chance saloon for Dillian, I suppose, because if he loses his fight, he's just going to be probably, I wouldn't even say like Derek Chisora, I'd say probably even on a rung below, because he'll just be cannon fodder if he gets fights. That's if he gets fights. You know. But the sky's the limit for Moses Ituama if he wins, and even if he loses it, I don't think it's going to make any real difference to his resume or his career, because one loss doesn't define who you are. If he loses, he can still come back from this and probably get better as a heavyweight boxer. So, but because he's knocking everyone out at the moment, and he's not really going and doing a lot of distance at the moment, you know, we can't really say how good he will be. You know, we know he's good, but how good will he be? You know, in the sense that, is he up there? He'll step up a level if he beats Dillian Whyte, and most people are probably gonna assume that Moses will beat him fairly easy. But you know, styles make fights, so who knows? But anyway, I'm probably gonna go that Moses wins this fight, but he may go more distance than he actually realizes, and he may actually probably, I wouldn't say have a bit of trouble, but you may find it a little bit hard to actually overcome Dillian, because even though Dillian has looked pretty kind of on the decline, he still has a good boxing brain, and he knows how to fight, and he knows how to set up his punches. So if he can recapture that form, get back into the swing of things, rock off the ring rust, get back to, you know, his ways of how he fights, where he's rugged and tough with heart, we could see a good scrap. Now the thing is as well, is what I was thinking is, if Moses approaches this like a scrap, will he come undone? Because we've not seen if his chin can take a punch yet from a good puncher, and Dillian's got a good punch, but again, from these last couple of fights we've seen him slow down, we've seen him, you know, on the decline, and his punches power is not really there anymore, because he did hit Tete with some good shots, but he couldn't get him out of there. But again, I don't think he was in the best of shape, and I think it was just more of a knock off the ring rust kind of fight, but who knows anyway. So what are your thoughts on this undercard, and what do you think about the rest of the fights on the card if the fight takes ahead? You know, Cacace versus Raymond Ford, that's a really, really good fight. That could steal the show, that fight. Anyway, leave your thoughts in the comment section, like, comment and subscribe, and that is another one from the one and only Knockout Legends. Peace.